A common insult in the saga is questioning a man's heterosexuality and contesting his manliness. There is even a clause on this in Grágás, the medieval Icelandic law code, where it is stated that anyone who receives such an insult is allowed to kill his insulter with impunity. These insults happen quite often in the sagas, because this is how a feud begins and how it keeps going for years, through an exchange and escalation of insults. What do all these insults mean, and why does the society we see in the sagas seem so obsessed with insults, about homosexuality in particular?
There aren't a lot of law codes, at least that have been preserved, that forbid homosexual acts. What they forbid is calling somebody queer or, insulting their masculinity in some way, suggesting that they are engaged in homosexual acts or so on. So it's the insult that is at stake rather than the behavior. And it sort of all plays into this society where honor seems to be this kind of fixed entity, and so if anybody else gains honor, then you lose honor at the same time. And so there's just this kind of zero-sum game and just constant struggle for hegemony and dominance. And so if somebody is insulting you, then you absolutely have to strike back in order to save face and maintain your position. I think the author of Njáls saga really problematizes this culture. And I mean, everyone is constantly throwing insults at each other, and especially the men. I mean, the things that they use to insult each other, it pretty much seems that every single thing that you do is, liable to be called into question in some way as unmasculine. It's like any act or any garment that you wear, or having a beard, not having a beard. I mean, it's like, what are you supposed to do? And I think that this is what the author of Njáls saga is upset about. It's this culture is so oppressive and it's so unreasonable. But in this situation, the cloak, this doesn't seem to be the issue. I think the issue is maybe that Flosi is reminded of the cloak that Hildigunnur uses in order to goad him. And originally that goes to the cloak that actually Flosi gave to Höskuldur. And so it evokes shame, I think, in this scene. And then the escalating insults everything spirals out of control, it seems.